All right, welcome back. This will be our final video for section 5.1. I want to work through with you an example of finding the equation of a circle if we are given only the endpoints of a diameter. So the problem says, write an equation for a circle where the endpoints 2, 6, and 8, 10 lie along a diameter. And what I have here is a schematic of this situation. So what do we know? When we start, all we know are these 2 points and that they are the endpoints of a diameter, which means that the center is halfway in between them along the line that goes through them. So in order to find the coordinates of that center point, we need the midpoint rule. And the midpoint rule says that if you've got 2 points, x1, y1, and x2, y2, the midpoint between them is at the point where the x-coordinate is the sum of the x's divided by 2, and the y-coordinate is the sum of the y-coordinates divided by 2. And you can make this make sense to yourself if you think about traveling along along grid points. So if I again travel from this point to my center point, we see I go up 2 and over 3. Now if I compare that to traveling from my one endpoint to the other point, I go up 4 and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I go up half as many as over half as many. And so that it kind of makes sense that we can use that the x is halfway in between the two x's and the y is halfway in between the two y's at the midpoint. So what does that mean? Well, it means I can now find my center. My center of my circle is at the point 2 plus 8 divided by 2, comma, 10 plus 6 divided by 2, which is 5, 8. So remember the equation of a circle. R squared equals x minus h squared plus y minus k squared. I now know that the point hk is at 5, 8, which means that h equals 5 and k equals 8. Okay, so how do I find radius? Well, you've got a couple of options, but probably the easiest one is to remember that the radius is simply the distance between the center point and any point on the circle, which means the radius is the distance between the center point and that given endpoint. So my radius is equal to the square root of the difference in x's squared plus the difference in y's squared. So 5 minus 8 is negative 3 squared is 9, plus 8 minus 10 is negative 2 squared is 4. So my radius is equal to the square root of 13, which means that r squared equals 13, and the equation of my circle is 13 equals x minus 5 squared plus y minus 8 squared. And that is the answer to this question. All right, this is our final video for this section. As you're working through these homeworks, please reach out to me and let me know if you have any questions.